Good morning. I want to talk about babies and Henry Kissenger. That's right. So I want to show you something. May 2021. That's when they started to inject pregnant women here in Sweden. May 2021. And then 2022, that's the drop in new babies. The total drop compared to the average. And then 2023, that's the drop so far compared to the average. Right. And it continues. You know, I just saw this in August this year. The drop was 14.9% compared to the average. And that's the biggest, well, the second biggest drop so far. The only month that was bigger, there was a bigger drop, was April 2023. Every month it's been lower than the average, ever since they started doing this. So it's getting worse, right? So it affects pregnancy, obviously, but it also affects fertility. Something happens to these young boys and girls when they get this injection. So it looks like they made it, you know, these guys who wanted to depopulate Earth. Looks like they made it. You know, talking about the Rockefellers, Bill Gates, and their friends. This is what they wanted. What does it mean for the future? Well, one thing it means that people who didn't participate, here in Sweden is about 20%, those who didn't take it, they are more able to get babies. I don't know what this will mean in the future. I also saw this. This is from the United States. Those who took the last one, that just came, right, the last injection, 2%, approximately 2% of the Americans took it. And the one just before that, injection just before that, there was 17% who took it in the United States. So people are not very interested in these injections now. But maybe it's too late, you know, if you're looking at the civilization, right? I also want to say this about Henry Kissenger. Interesting guy, isn't he? He's often mentioned as one of the top globalist assholes, right? And he's been there, of course. All this time he's been there. He's now 100 years old. But he's been around for, well, doing this thing for a long time. He's been in the Bilderbergs forever, I think, Henry Kissenger. Now, I never thought of him as a puppet master. I thought he was a puppet, right? And actually, this is what he said now. This was an interview in Germany on the 12th of October. Did an interview, and he said, Germany let in too many foreigners, he says. He saw these attacks in Israel, right? And then the celebrations in Berlin, right? The Muslims were celebrating. And apparently he didn't like it. And he says, it was a grave mistake to let in so many people of totally different culture and religion and concepts, because it creates a pressure group inside each country that does that. He said, this 100-year-old guy. And to me this, well, it's not proof, of course, but it confirms to me that this guy was a puppet all the time. He was just a puppet. He was controlled by guys like the Rockefellers. See? He was doing what he was told. He was a good boy. That's what I think. Even though he was in the top, the very top of the Bilderbergs, for instance. I thought that was interesting. Right. Here in Sweden we have a peculiar situation right now because mass immigration didn't work, and now seems everybody is talking about it because of what we see happening in Sweden. The violence, the level of violence is ridiculous here in Sweden now. Every day they talk about it in media, and these are the top events, of course, the explosions and the killings and the shootings, right? So now we have this, as I said, it's a peculiar situation where people are starting to talk about it and saying, oh, this is terrible. And it's not long ago when most of these people said that there is no problem. Mass immigration is fantastic. It's going to be great for Sweden and so on. Not too long ago. It's just, we're talking about a few years. They said this, right? And they attacked those of us who said that this would be a problem. We were so bad. We were racist and fascists and extreme right and everything. Now this is changing here in Sweden. It already changed. See. Now, the socialists, for instance, they now say, no, we shouldn't talk about who to blame for this. We should just get together and try to solve this and work it out, for instance. So there's a complete change in Sweden on this issue of multiculturalism, It's a problem, and it's so obvious. And I'm thinking about the injection, the medical experiment. It's moving along in the same direction, you see. Those who are now defending it still, they are getting fewer. See? And so every week we see there's more and more people questioning this. So I feel weird about it. Now I was right, of course, about both of these issues. I was so right, it sort of hurts. It's painful how right I was about this. But still, I'm not happy about it. I just feel weird. I didn't expect this, you see. And still, I'm waiting for those people who attacked me in the past. On both of these issues, I'm still waiting for them to say something about it. I don't think they want to. It's too embarrassing or something. I don't know. Being right doesn't mean that you should apologize to that person. It seems to be the opposite, almost. This guy was right all this time. I can never apologize to this guy. It's almost like you hate him even more, because this guy was right. So on a personal level, I just feel strange about it. Now, I don't care about these apologies. I just think it's peculiar, interesting phenomenon that I see with these people. I still remember what they said, of course. And the same thing with my girlfriend. She was right about this medical experiment. She was so totally right. And still, there's nothing from them, from the other ones. Those who ridiculed her and said she was crazy and nothing. They don't say a word about it. Isn't that weird? I think so. It's almost like she's even more strange to them now. She was strange to them then when she said that there's a problem with this medical experiment. she was so strange to them, see? But it's now she's even more strange to them. Because she was right. It's peculiar, isn't it? Alright. Be good.